We are currently sailing on a giant spaceship, drifting through the silent, eternal vastness of space. But have you ever truly wondered how this ship was actually built? And more importantly, how will its journey eventually come to an end? Today, let's embark on a journey back 12 billion years to witness the birth and the ultimate fate of our solar system. It all began from nothing. 4.6 billion years ago, a colossal cloud of cold dust and gas, a nebula, began to collapse under the crushing, invisible force of gravity. It swirled in the darkness, grew hotter, and compressed intensely into a glowing sphere. This was the cradle, the nursery of the stars. From that chaotic, spinning dust, the sun was born, claiming 99% of the entire system's mass. But the story does not end there. The remaining debris collided and fused, forming the primitive planets of our home. Massive, molten rocks, fueled by endless fire and magma. This was the hellish landscape that the predecessor of our Earth once endured for millions of years. Imagine looking back at that moment, a violent, swirling chaos, yet it was the very first step toward the beautiful world we call home today. This is how it all began, in the cradle of the cosmos. But nature is always in motion. Over billions of years, the earth cooled, the oceans formed, and life, like a hidden spark, began to emerge from the depths of our primeval seas. We are the descendants of that spark. And as we look up at the night sky, we are not just observers, we are a part of that very same story, that started with a cloud of dust, and will one day return to the stars. But nature is always in motion. Over hundreds of millions of years, the once violent Earth began to cool. The steam that once choked the skies turned into rain, falling relentlessly for thousands of years. This was the birth of our oceans, a deep, mysterious cradle of life. In the dark, mineral-rich depths, a miracle occurred. A spark, a tiny, microscopic sequence of life, emerged. It was simple, fragile, and yet, it was the beginning of everything. Life evolved. From microscopic cells to the vast forests and the giants that once roamed our land. We are the descendants of that very first spark. We are the universe becoming aware of itself. And then, came us. Human beings. For thousands of years, we looked up at the night sky with wonder. We built civilizations, empires, and reached for the stars with our machines. We are no longer just inhabitants of this planet, we are its explorers, and its guardians. This is the golden era of our world. A moment of consciousness in an infinite timeline of stars. But nothing lasts forever. 5 billion years from now, our sun will begin to change. It will exhaust its hydrogen fuel, and in a final, desperate struggle, it will expand, growing into a red giant. It will swell to swallow Mercury, then Venus, and eventually, our own Earth. The oceans will boil away, and the atmosphere will be stripped into the void. The cradle that gave us life will become its final tomb. When the sun finally casts off its outer layers, all that will remain is a white dwarf, a cold, dense ember, glowing faintly in the dark. Our solar system will fall silent. The dancing planets will turn into frozen husks. It is the end of our chapter, but not the end of the story. Looking back at this 12 billion year timeline, we realize how incredibly rare this moment is. We are a flash of consciousness in the vast darkness. So, treasure this moment, for we are the storytellers of the universe. If you enjoyed this journey through time and space, make sure to subscribe to Cosmic Secrets Hub. Join us next week as we explore what lies beyond our own galaxy.